All right, then.
Hey guys, Bruce coming at you. Thanks for stopping by my channel, checking us out. Been a It's been a rough couple of weeks. I mean, the whole month of May was pretty bad. My wife and I both had COVID again for the second time, and that was not fun. We were both down for a week. If you saw my last video, I woke up. I looked like the crypt keeper. I had to do something about that. So check that out if you want to. But yeah, it was pretty bad. Work piled up down here in my shop. I just now got caught up. I haven't been able to do the videos I've been wanting to do. I wanted to do another Carl video, and then it didn't get to do it. And then whenever I go to do it today, I just was fooling around on YouTube, and I saw somebody basically did the same thing. So it's like they read my mind because I didn't tell anybody I was going to do it. It wasn't a real important video, just something fun, I thought was funny. I wanted to talk about. So I didn't get to do that. So it's back to the drawing board, trying to find a new idea for that. So any ideas? Feel free to leave them in the comments. I might help me out. But today I'm like, I wanted to do a video. I had a hard time coming up with a subject matter, but I started thinking, all right, people are always reviewing toys. People are always talking about their favorites, and collectors talk about how they collect what they want, and what they look for, and how, and it all fascinates me because everybody collects differently. I collect stuff mostly the vintage stuff from Star Wars, Kenner Star Wars from 77 to 85. That's my collection. Other people collect the newer stuff. But what fascinates me is you never know what's going to be worth something or what's going to be in demand when you get it. Over the years, I've, not only have I collected my vintage stuff, but I've seen other things on the shelves that I liked. In fact, the Power of the Force line came out after 1985. And about a year or two ago, I started buying them. They were they're on the pegs up here in Pennsylvania, still on like secondhand shops, antique places for like $2 a piece. So I thought they were kind of neat. So I started collecting them. And then I started realizing they were actually a terrible line, in my opinion. So I recently sold them to someone else that appreciates them. And hey, that's fine. They can appreciate it. I just don't. But they never rose in price in any way, shape, or form. So you never know what you buy now. It's like the newer stuff, the Black Series coming out, which are very nice figures. I don't collect them because I just don't have the room. They're very nice figures. They're very detailed. And if you have any, then that's great. I just personally don't collect them. The vintage series, I also only want to stick to the 3 3/4 inch size one. I'm going to tell you why here in a little bit. You can see what's sitting next to me. I'm going to get to that. But it's just amazing how even the redos, and that's what we're going to talk about right now. I'm going to shrink myself down here a little, and we're going to go over a couple things from my collection. If I can get this there's got to be a button to do this automatically because I look dumb every time I do it. All right, there it is. So as you can see right here, we got, this is the original Luke Skywalker from 1978. One of the first figures Kenner ever put out for Star Wars. That's little blurry there. I guess my camera needs cleaned or something, or maybe I don't have it on HD, but doesn't matter. If you see it and you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna know what it is. So this is the original from 77. And we had this, and then of course Bespin Luke came out, and the other ones came out, Jedi Luke. And this is what we played with. The first one we played, we put him in the land speeder, zoom him around, have him fight Darth Vader, the way we played back then. And I just had this out as an example because later on, Power of the Force came out with this pack here. They tried to redo where are we at? Can I get that in frame? There. I'm working backwards here, so you got to bear with me. But this is from, I think, what year is this from? I knew a minute ago, 1995. This is from 1995, and you can see I haven't opened it. There's not much that I don't open, but this one I didn't open. I thought this was going to be a big deal, and I found this at that secondhand store I was telling you about. And I brought them home, and of course I compare my Luke Skywalker to the one in the bubble. And they're mostly, there's little subtle differences if you know what to look for. But I thought this is really cool, and I thought it was going to be worth a lot of money. I think I paid $15 for this, and that was 2 years ago. And I thought maybe, I didn't buy it for the money. I bought it because I thought it was neat. And they're still on eBay right now for about like $20 for this set, exactly the way you see it. This one has a little rip right here, but what are you going to do? And I just thought it was really neat when it first came out. I'm like, oh, this was like the original retro series or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just really surprised that it never took off. And collectors don't really care about these. As compared to the new retro ones, the new retro, this is from the first line of retro ones. The new one, as you can see, I took the sticker off this one. And there it is. And you can see, man, that camera looks terrible today. But as you can see, here's the original Luke Skywalker. Mine's, of course, all faded. This is actually one of my beaters. That's not my real good collection one. That's in a case. But, you know, same figure in the retro series. And these were 10 times more popular than the ones I just showed you from Power of the Force. And I just always wonder why. You know, what makes the difference as far as like whether they're going to be worth a lot of money or a little bit of money. I mean, scalpers were killing these on eBay. I bought this and actually I got lucky with this one. I got it at Walmart. And, you know, it's a nice figure. Same thing. It has a few subtle differences, so you can't mix it up. An expert, you know, a real collector is not going to mix it up with the original one. For instance, the country of origin and the trademark year is on the back leg of this one right here. I don't know. This camera's terrible, but anyway, if you're a collector, you already know, so you don't have to see that. But this one has a different one on the back, and so does the Power of the Force one. But it's just amazing how when the Power of the Force came out with the set I just showed you, nobody really seemed to be interested. So now they're all over the place. You can find them anywhere on eBay for about 20 bucks. So if you like that kind of thing, hey, jump on eBay. Maybe you can pick yourself up one. But it just amazes me. And I don't really have a point. I just was thinking about it, and I thought maybe other people might be interested too. But where I really wasted a lot of money for nothing was on these. The 12-inch figures, Collector Series 1996. I just grabbed one off the shelf. I have almost all of these. As you can see, it's got Admiral Akbar in it. That's one of my favorites. It doesn't want to fit in the frame. You can see, I mean, it's a really detailed piece. You know, they're all this way. They're all detailed. They have cloth capes. They have cloth clothes. Most of them are just pretty neat. The Luke Skywalker and the Leia, they don't look like the actors at all. Akbar looks pretty good. So does the Ben Kenobi, which I didn't bring down to show you guys. But this is another thing. I paid $15 each for these a couple years ago at some off of a guy downtown in a little secondhand shop. Some of them I got online because I just decided I thought they'd be neat to have. And again, you can't give these away on eBay. I see them on eBay now in the box just like this for like 10 bucks. That I don't understand. I mean, these are really cool figures. Maybe people don't have room to display them. I mean, you could put them up, leave them in the box like I did. I did have a few loose ones. I put them up. They do take up a lot of room, but I don't understand why they never took off. Now, of course, there's in the vintage years, they did the 12-inch action figures of the characters and stuff, and those are still valuable to this day. But these 1996 aren't worth anything, and it just really surprised me because I thought they were really nice. So, you know, I can be wrong sometimes too. Everybody can, but I was honestly surprised about these. And then you go back into the very later years with the last 17, and you got this guy. This is my graded yak face. We're talking well over $1,000 for a little piece of plastic like this. And of course I have one because I'm a giant idiot. But it is one of my nicer pieces for my collection. I just don't understand why some things are worth so much more than others. And even a beater yak face that has like, paint rubs or, worn limbs and stuff like that, it's going for a couple $100. I just never get that. Never understood it. See, I don't collect for my collection is not for money. If you watch my other videos, I like to restore things, put them back together, make them look as new as possible, get them back to, back from the grave, so to speak. That's how I develop my relationship with my toys. Money's never really been a concern about it, but that's me. Everybody's different. I mean, you have people that sit there and they worry about the little tiny guns, have to make sure they're 100% authentic, and they're paying $50 for a Princess Leia blaster for a vintage toy. I've got 2 of them in my real collection over there, and they're $50. I'm like, wow. I mean, I don't even think in my mind, the figure's not even worth half that, but it's in my collection. It is the legitimate ones. And I've got some repros around here too. I'm not against repro. I'm against people selling repro and pretending it's real. That's why anything I make on Jenner Custom Toys, if it does have a weapon with it, it's similar, but anybody can tell it's not 100% the real deal. It's just any repro, I call it replacements, different parts and stuff I make. I always leave my mark on it. So anybody picks it up and knows what they're doing, they know it's not the authentic original one, because last thing I'd want to do is sell somebody something I made and them think it's 100% real. It's just, and people do it, unfortunately. I mean, that's one of the downfalls of this hobby, collecting, Star Wars figures. But anyway, I'm just gonna make this short and sweet now. I just wanted to say hello, let you guys know I'm feeling better, and I needed something to talk about. I thought it was interesting. It was on my mind. I got some things coming up here soon. I can't tell you what they are, but well, I am working on a table saw station for crafts, for woodcraft and building and stuff like that. It's a whole table saw station. It has a table saw on it, has a scroll saw, it has a disc sander, and you could probably put another tool in there if you find a use for it. But the point is, it's made cheaply and efficiently, and I think I have less than $100 invested in it. Maybe a tad more, but I know the tools itself that are in there, they were about, well, you're just gonna have to wait and see whenever I do it, because that's coming up soon. I already have it made. I have to tally up how much it's that cost me. I think it did cost me over $100 to make, but it's might be helpful to somebody. Anyway, guys, I hope you're all doing good. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. We're coming out of this pandemic now. It doesn't mean you can't still get sick. I had it twice. My wife had it twice. They told me, well, no, you have immunity. I was like, well, I should have had immunity the first time. And from my research, and I'm not brilliant on this kind of stuff, so this is basically my opinion and what I went through. My research, the longest they think you can have immunity for is 8 months after you have the virus. So I don't know if that's true or not. It's what I heard. I went over a year. I went a year and 1 month, and then I got sick again. And I was sick. So was my wife. I mean, for me to stay in bed for 3 days, because I'm not that guy. I usually go to work sick. I work when I'm sick. Don't care. It sucks. But anyway, like I said, I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. I haven't been vaccinated. I'm not against vaccinations. For me personally, I want to make sure there's no weird side effects. I don't want to turn into an alien or grow a foot out of my forehead or something. Until they know it's completely safe, then I'll go get my vaccination. You guys, you do what you want. Knock yourself out. It's just not for me yet. Doesn't mean next year at this time I won't be doing it once they find one that doesn't have any side effects. Because that's what scares me. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm going to let you go now, and we'll see you next time. All right.